Marl also asks if asset flip is bad, why do they make assets free and public domain?
Asset flips is actually on my Discord. That's one of the biggest conversations. We talk about asset flips a lot and the use of assets and various things. And people know I have a interesting relationship with that particular question because I think assets are fine and they're actually very practical, but you have to use them correctly. A good example of this would be games like David Whaley's The First Tree.
Exactly,
He
yeah,
wasn't
I
a
love that.
programmer, but like he made a very good top-selling multi-platform game because he learned that the trick was lean into what he can do and outsource what he can. So he bought models and then he painted the textures himself. If he hadn't painted the textures himself, it would have looked like an asset flip. So feel free to use assets, but you use them to sort of prop up areas, things that are like trees, backgrounds, or build things where it's not the core of your game. So it can be complicated.
That you want to launch, of course, because during summer I started to work on a game by myself, just out of nowhere. Literally, I had this one idea of creating something, and I just import a lot of stuff that don't really go along with each other, but I use colors that somehow match. And I feel like the main character, it's something that I have to work on myself, so no one else will use it or have it.
I totally agree. Like I definitely, and to your point, I agree. The main character, I think, should always be whatever the unique thing of your game is, and it just make sure that is recognizable in a thumbnail because we're talking about things that game devs earlier that they're kind of miss or don't use. There needs to be some way for people to look at and go, if I see a screenshot, I know it's your game. It's why a lot of silly games that have like, rabbit with a gun or something is going to work because you're going to look at that and go, that's that game. So whatever it is, just make sure that it's got a unique identity.
Yeah, that's true.